WD18 joined by Shane after the news this morning that Mark Silva has been sacked by Watford Football Club. Shane, initial reaction and the new manager that is going to come in, apparently according to Adam Levertol, is Gracia.
First of all, I'm so happy we got rid of Silva. I called for it yesterday in my fan cam. It's obvious from yesterday's 2-0 defeat to Leicester that he's lost the dressing room, innit? So change was needed. I'm over the moon that the Pozzos have actually kind of just almost gone back a little bit on the philosophy of sacking a manager mid-season. It was definitely needed. And I think it's going to be good, as I said on my fan cam, for the stabilisation of some of the team. I think some of our players have been looking around, I think, and it's been quite uncertain. I think you can definitely tell there's just a lack of morale and all that, and hopefully now that kind of changes. I'm looking forward to this new guy, I think, because from what I've heard, he's actually really good. So he likes to play 4-4-2, defensively quite stable. Likes to work his wingers, which will work really well with someone like Richarlison because he's an absolute workhorse. So initial reaction is very, very positive, I think, because from my perspective, I said yesterday, we look screwed after that Leicester game. And I think Southampton, if we'd won that would have been a bit of like a stopgap from like the league form and all that. But Stoke away, from looking at that team, just devoid of any creativity, devoid of any motivation. Silva just didn't look bothered, as I say, to actually try and change things up a bit. And yeah, ultimately, I'm very happy with the decision.
What was the moment where you thought Mark Silva's got to go? Because it was 9 games in, the Everton talks came, we were all thinking just confirm your future. In the end, obviously it didn't work out that way, and he obviously did want the move. It's backfired for him. What was the moment where you thought this isn't going to work?
I started, just to be personally, I started having concerns at Palace away. It's as far back as that, because Burnley away, I thought for me, Burnley were obviously just a different outfit this season. They've done so well under Sean Dyche, but Palace to be 1-0 up, 85, 86 minutes or so, they had no threat. And for us to concede 2 goals in like 3 minutes or something like that was just lack of game management was just dreadful. But I think the first game where I thought we were in a relegation battle was Brighton away. It's just literally, I think we had like 2 shots on target in that game. Brighton, again, more than comfortable as a newly promoted side. And that was when I started having real concerns about Silva, real concerns about the team as well. It wasn't so much like some of the players, and I know a lot of people are going to talk about the injuries and everything that we've had. It's not just that, it's just the general tactics sometimes. It just baffles me. Like yesterday, for example, Southampton at home, we've proven 2 up top works. Look how different Andre Gray plays. Look how different Troy Deeney plays. It's such, there's more momentum going up the pitch. The rookery were getting behind them at Southampton. To start Troy up front on his own, absolutely fucking clueless. Absolutely. And I think it was from that one I thought, if we lose this now, Silva's got to go. He had to go, I think, yesterday.
In a way, it was kind of the fact although we did pull it back at Southampton, then he came out with that PR kind of stunt, and it was all a little bit fishy.
Let's be honest. Come on, I know we had a good laugh at Southampton expense and all that, on Twitter and Hambalai Decore and all of that, which was great. But let's be honest, that goal shouldn't have stood. That goal should have been chalked off. And if it had done, having lost to Leicester yesterday, his position would have been untenable. I think the Southampton draw just papered over cracks. I think, let's be honest, it did. I think certain games this season are papered over cracks. The West Brom away, I think that did. In fairness, we did deserve to get a point, but it's just, as a season as a whole, some of those things have just been, have been papered over. I think the only good performance I've seen this season, Arsenal at home.
Chelsea away?
Chelsea away as well, yeah. Chelsea away, we should have stuck our chances away. At the end of the day, we didn't, exactly, and at the end of the day, if we'd won that game, if Richarlison had taken his chances, Silva's a genius. He didn't, he's poor at management, he's poor at game management. And it did ultimately come down to game management in that game. Our guy Ben was brought on in that game. for Troy. And it went downhill. I'm sorry, mate. But seriously, though, it did. And it was just from certain decisions in games. Everton away is one, that's just a huge one. 2-0 up. How can you be, 3-2 down and all that, but...
And the timing of that as well.
The timing of that was it was within the week as well that that Silva kind of came out and, just didn't clarify anything in that press conference. It was that press conference that I said afterwards. I saw it on Sky Sports News in the afternoon. I was like, doesn't want to be here. He thinks he's way, way too big for his boots. I'm going to say something that's going to be slightly controversial. He's not that good a manager, is he? He's not really, is he? Come on. as I say, apart
I knew you would be happy.
apart from the Arsenal game, what else has he actually really done? You know, the Swansea game, oh yeah, the limbs and all that. Yeah, Alfie Mawson made a massive mistake in that game.
We didn't deserve to get anything out.
No, we didn't. Swansea actually played all right. But there have been games here where I've just sat, just head in hands, just thinking, what the hell is going on? Huddersfield is bad enough. Fair play to them. But Swansea, oh, it's just disgusting. Honestly, to concede like 2 goals in the last 3 minutes, and that's when you know, and you see it as well with the players. And I think a couple of fans have said where they're sitting like the Lower Graham Taylor, they're on the halfway line. You can see all the players trudging back to their position. You see that, you see shoulders slump. Gomez yelling 1,000 things at defenders that, like Yanma, who just don't have the brain capacity to actually listen to what's being said, But what I'm happy about now is that it looks like there's some sort of a transfer strategy that's going to happen now. There's going to be, the transfer daily is going to get good now. It's going to get good.
It's going to hot up.
It's going to get really good. But it's all about where we kind of strengthen. I think we as fans know what needs strengthening. Of course, Gracia, I need to say it properly. He's going to obviously assess the squad this week, see what's kind of needed. Left back, I think, is crucial. Right back, I think, is crucial. Another centre back. I think all areas of the pitch really do need a strengthening.
And players are going to go. Players
are going to go, yeah. Number one candidate to go for me would be someone like Etienne Capoue. I would have said Holebas, but we've signed him on a 2-year deal. God. And obviously this guy's got a bit of a reputation in Spain, so we could be seeing some decent players as well from there. Malaga. I look at someone like Panoranda. Could he well be coming back soon? It's really positive. I'll be honest with you, I woke up this morning, it was another really shit morning. It was fucking snowing or something outside. I was like, what is this rubbish? And then all of a sudden I checked Twitter and I was like, my day's just got better. The season's got better for us now. The season's looking up. Get some signings in this week. Strengthen before Stoke. Get those players back on side, because that's the big thing I've noticed. Some of those players are not on side. And one final thing I want to say as well, Richarlison, play for the shirt, not for our ex-manager. I mean it.